Good evening, everyone. My name is Trey Witzel. I'm one of our pastors here, and this is Tatum. She's going to be in the new infant handbell choir that's starting in January. That's going to make 8 handbell choirs. Tonight, we only have 7 performing, but how lucky are we that we have 7 handbell choirs, 85 total participants, total ringers from our youth all the way to our not youth. Are here to help us ring in the Christmas season. There's something about our handbells that vibrate within us, that resonate in a way that carries us much longer than after this service ends, that helps start the Christmas season. And so thank you to our ringers who help lead us in worship all the time. You have something to say? Are you ready for the Handbell Concert to start? Well, I'll get off the mic then, and you can get off the mic, and we can start our 40th annual Handbell Concert. Your program is a recreation of the very first Handbell Concert that we ever did. It was really fun for our comms department and for our music team to recreate it. So thank you for having a tradition like none other. And so, ladies and gentlemen, our 40th Handbell Concert.
I'm the Director of Music Ministries here, and also am the proud director of 6 out of the 7 ensembles that will be playing tonight. This ensemble here is the Wesley Ringers. They are mostly 6th graders. This is their 2nd year ringing, so it's very exciting. We're about to be joined by the 5th graders. This is mostly their first year ringing. We invited them to join us because we have a very special guest tonight. Vanita McGorman, who founded this concert 40 years ago, is here in attendance. Vanita served here for 23 years at McFarlin. She was the director of children's music and of handbells, but mostly the youth handbells. And so when I asked her to play here today, she said, I want to direct the youth, the children. So we invited the 5th graders to come. And this piece was written by Vanita for 2 choirs. So you're about to hear Gentle Mary Laid Her Child for 2 choirs.
going to borrow this one over here. I invite you to open your hymnals and let's sing together hymn 217, Away in a Manger. We'll do verses 1 and 3. Hymn 217.
The great thing about handbells, and the worst thing about handbells, is you have to move a lot of them all the time to get the right ones in front of you. So I'm going to do a little bit of talking, while they get that all together. So this is the Agape ringers. They are some people have been ringing a while, some people haven't. 5 members of this group, this is their first handbell concert, so this is really exciting. The great thing about handbells and hand chimes is we have so much variety. You heard some of the stop techniques. You're about to hear hand chimes, which are these essentially tuning forks. Each one of them is a different note, and we're going to be playing the first Noel. Thank you. I promise I won't talk every time, but I wanted to invite you. We're going to play Jingle Bell Rock next, which is very exciting. I invite you to sing on the second time we play through. Please contain your excitement. We're going to play it once, and then please join us on the second run through. I couldn't print lyrics because they're under copyright, but I think you know the words. So please join us on the second time through.
Okay, dear friends, it's time to open up those hymnals again. If you will turn with me to hymn number 238, we are going to be singing Angels We Have Heard on High. And we're going to sing 1, 2, and 4. So please stand with me and sing.
So I wanted to do a little bit of a pop quiz. How many of you have rung handbells before? Show of hands. Yeah, this side, obviously, yeah. Well, that's good. So a pretty good number of you. How many of you know what handbells are or have been to a handbell concert before? Okay, so there's a little, I just want to talk a little bit about the instrument. We've got essentially, for every note on a piano, we've got a bell for that. We've got a bell, we've got 6.5 octaves of bells and 13 or 14 people to play them. So a lot of them are going all over the place, as you can see, changing bells. Every time that there's a sharp or a flat, they've got to change a bell, and so it requires a lot of coordination. It requires a lot of teamwork because you're only playing 2 notes on the piano. So that's the really cool thing about bells, is that it builds teamwork so well. So this piece, this last one, is a heck of a lot of fun. It's all with mallets. I think you'll recognize it, and you'll see how much fun we have with it too. forgot to say, this is our high school group, the Sanctuary Ringers. Duh, that's what I was supposed to say first, sorry. So I've been working with a lot of these ringers since I got here 4 years ago, and so it's been really fun to move them from a lot of middle schoolers into these really advanced pieces that they're playing as high schoolers. Couldn't be prouder of them and all the work that they put in. So without further ado, we wish you a Merry Christmas.
Let's sing another hymn together. This is hymn 237. Sing We Now of Christmas. Let's do verses 1, 2, and 5. Please be seated.
These are the Chancel Ringers, the original bell choir at McFarlin. So this was definitely one of the featured ensembles here. It's been a joy to work with them, and you know, this is the group that these have lasting friendships that have been decades in the making for some of them. It's pretty amazing to be a part of it. So the next piece we're going to play involves a little bit of a duet, a little bit of a concerto. We've got Kimberly Jensen over here on piano, and so we're so excited to be collaborating with her, and we're just so excited to share this piece with you. This is A Child is Born. This is A Child is Born. Thank you.
Well, aren't they amazing? It's wonderful. Yes, yes, yes. We're preparing to take an offering. We're inviting you tonight, if you are blessed and moved and inspired and invigorated by this beautiful music, that you might want to contribute to all of these ringers and all of these 7 choirs as they do this wonderful work for us week by week and in these special moments. And so I want to thank Dr. Wurst and his team and all of these ringers and Vanita McGorman and the long history of McFarlin, 100 years and 40 years now as with the handbell choirs and the Handbell Concert. And so it's a wonderful evening to be together. I am moved. I know you're moved. This takes us deep, doesn't it? The ringing of the bells, the resonance, the bells reminding us of the great proclamation of a message that goes out to the world. And so, with those and many other thoughts in mind, let us pray. O God of the ages, you who have made your voice known in the world in so many ways, thank you for making your voice known through the ringing of these bells, through the heart and soul that's put into them. We thank you, O God, for all of those who lead and compose and practice and rehearse, and those families who bring young children and others. We thank you for every good gift that comes to us because of this ministry. And we entrust it to you for good, with great thanksgiving in our hearts, with joy for the hope that it brings. All of these gifts come to us, and we give you our gifts in the name and in the way of Jesus the Christ, whose birth we celebrate. Amen.
This is the Mariam group, and we're basically college. Some are a little bit beyond college, but several of them have grown up in this program here at McFarlin, and they've been ringing for many years. And so it's my privilege to be able to direct them. I just volunteer because I love it that much, and I love these kids, and they're not kids anymore, they're grown adults. So thank you for having us, and our next selection is I Wonder as I Wander. selection is O Come All Ye Faithful, Adustus Fidelis, and it is a beautiful arrangement, but it has some different harmonies, so I hope that you will enjoy it. I fell in love with it, so feel free to sing along if you'd like.
All right, if you guys would please stand with me, open your hymnals, and we are going to sing hymn number 224. And we'll sing verses 1 and 3.
we begin, I wanted to make note that this piece was played at the very first Handbell concert by this group, Carillon. So we had to do it. It's the March from the Nutcracker by Tchaikovsky. I'm very excited to present this. We've been working super hard on it, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much. Carillon does not usually play in this concert, as you might have read in the blurb, that's the official term, at the very beginning of the bulletin. This concert was created because our Candlelight Carol service, which is in 2 weeks, which featured all of our musical groups, got to be so long, we had so many bell choirs that we decided to start another concert. And it started with six groups. We had 6 bell choirs at the time. It grew to be 10 groups at one point. There was one for pretty much every grade in middle and high school, which is pretty incredible. And we're still proud to have so many bells here. We're just so proud to have this program. I am just humbled by the artistry and the commitment that all of these ringers show. So the last piece that we'll play before our final big hymn is Angels from the Realms of Glory, with a little bit of Angels We Have Heard on High. You all so much. We have one final hymn for you. It's a special one. Every single handbell ringer here, about 85 of them, are going to be ringing. We have so many ringers this year that we ran out of handbells in this church, and I had to borrow 2 sets from other churches. So thank you to St. Stephen's United Methodist Church and to Memorial Presbyterian Church here in Norman for letting us use their bells. We're super excited to be ringing this Joy to the World with you. And while they're all getting in place, they've got a lot of things to collect and find. I just want to say some thank yous. So I would just really like to thank all of you for coming today and supporting, whether you're friends or family or parents. Your support means the world to us. That's what makes making this music worth it. We do it all to the glory of God, but it sure helps to have an audience. So thank you so much for being here and helping us ring in the season. I also want to thank our music staff. So we've got Amy, our music administrative assistant, who made all of this happen today. She really, really did. So thank you, Amy. Thank you to Kaylee, our director of children's choirs and modern worship. She helped lead some of the hymns here, and she's ringing in 2 groups. There she is. Thank you, Kaylee. And Gio, our interim director of choirs and our associate director of music. I think there he is right there. And then I'd also like to have a special shout out to Trinity. Where did she go? There she is up there. She's our handbell intern, and she's been a rock star this whole year. She's made it all happen with filling in, ringing all the bells all the time, whenever it needs to happen. So thank you, Trinity. You're awesome. And then to Daphne Fix, our sanctuary coordinator, and to Raleigh Savage, and everybody up in the AV booth, thank you for making worship and this concert happen and all of our other concerts. We just really, truly appreciate you doing everything behind the scenes. Thank you. All right. I'd like to thank a few instrumentalists too, Kimberly, Libby, Reagan, and Katie. They're all ringers. They also played piano and flute today. Just thank you so much. I'd like to just also thank Libby for directing Miriam and making that all happen too. And then I just want to thank our pastors, Rockford and Trey and Wendy, for all of their help. And I want to invite you, please, next week, come to our centennial service. Our church is turning 100 on December 8th. It's super exciting. We have 2 worship services at 8:30 and 11. A lot of you know that, but please, please be there. It's going to be amazing. There will be bells. There will be bells ringing. And then there will be more bells. Carillon will be playing at our Candlelight Carol on December 15th at 6 p.m. here in this space. So I hope that we can see you. And I want to give one more really, really big thank you to Vanita McGorman. Thank you so, so, so much. All right, and I would be remiss, these are brand new table coverings we've got this year. And I really want to thank Mary Voller and Heather Elke. She's put in more than 150 hours in making these table coverings happen. And so I just really want to say a huge, huge thank you to Mary back there. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll stop talking, that's it. But thank you so much. I hope you have a Merry, Merry Christmas, and I hope to see you at another event here at McFarlin this year. Without further ado, joy to the world. There's a reception afterward. Please join us in the atrium. Yeah, come congratulate all our ringers. I knew I forgot something. Thank you so much for being here.
Would you please stand with me as we sing our last hymn, Joy to the World. And as you're standing, can we get a round of applause to thank Dr. Stephen Wurst for this amazing program?